Hey guys, welcome back to the virtual e-scooter repair shop. I'm your host Chris with Scooter Operations of Phoenix. Today we're attacking the Tifgalop T88, and I'm pretty certain that this size tire and tube could work, or this video and wheel fix and tire replacement could work for the T88 Plus, the K8 and similar large e-scooters. This is a very big e-scooter. This e-scooter weighs about 100 pounds. And we're doing a couple neat things in this video. Of course, it's part one of a two-part series, so we're taking the tire off and identifying the tube. But I've already done this before, so I know what tube goes in here. And the other neat thing is we're turning a tubeless mechanism into a tube mechanism. So we're taking the tubeless mechanism out. I'll show you that. I'll show you why it's garbage. And we're gonna put a tube into the tire. And one thing I want to note here is the tire size is going to be a 100 by 65-6.5. That's what it says on the tire. But what I want to note here is the tube says 90 65 6.5. So the tire says 100, the tube says 90, but the tube fits for this tire even though it's tubeless. Okay, so that's what I'm noting. This is the Tifgalop Front Flat Part 1. Let's go. So here's our work for today. And also, before we start, make sure you wear gloves because we're going to be using a torch to blow this out, or a drill. You can also use a drill. But we're taking the tubeless mechanism, which is this thing here. We're taking that out and off of the tire. I'll be showing that later in the video as we get to it. Okay. Of course, all tools and resources will be linked in the school resource page. So the first thing we need for this big ass scooter is a ratchet, or I should say a deep socket ratchet, and this size is 21. Okay, so I have a 21 on my ratchet, and the adjustable wrench will not be able to get this because it's countersunk into the forks. So the only way to get this nut off is a 21 millimeter deep socket ratchet. So yeah, let's get to it. Good thing I have one in my toolbox from before. Okay, so you're just gonna attack this. Okay, the scooter's very heavy, so it's important to have a nice table or something for you to work on while you're doing this. Don't forget your tin cup. Okay, put everything that comes off into the tin. All right. All right, let's get this lug nut off. Love this ratchet. It's a very nice ratchet. I don't get to use it that often. Okay. So there's a lawyer lips washer right here, and it's really in there because of some dirt. So we're going to try to get that out with the needle nose pliers. Here it comes. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Oh, we lost our frame. Okay. So what I did was I took off the lug nut. Okay, that's at size 21. You need a deep socket ratchet. And then the lawyer lip washer. We're going to do the same on the other side. I also need my mini table so this doesn't fall to the floor. I have a little triangular table that helps me. Okay, so this scooter is fucking huge. So on the back side, it's the same thing. I want to get that on frame though. Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna need to position my chair back there as well. Or I suppose I could squat down and get it. Alright. Let's get back here. Okay, so you're 21. Nice. Nice. Okay, a lot of dirt coming off of this. Should be a washer there too. That washer's really in there. Here we go. It's coming loose now. So as soon as I take this off, the wheel's gonna fall off. Okay? There we go. Remove your other washer, and I got a washer on the other side, okay? So try not to let that hang, because it's a motor wheel, so I'm gonna rest it on like a side table or something like I do, okay? So, we have a cable tie here. Do we see that? There's a cable tie holding the motor wire. I'm going to snip that. Really tight quarters here at Scooter Ops. Okay. We're going to snip this cable tie. That'll give us a little bit more slack. The scooter's a monster. Okay, let me just look around here. So one thing I noticed is you have your motor cable coming in this way, right? And then your disc brake is there. And on the left side is your valve stem, aka tubeless mechanism. So we're going to want to pull the tire off this way, because if we pull it that way, you can't take it off because of the motor cable. So the tire has to come off this way. We have like no room to do this, which makes it really annoying. We're gonna dig in here with our tire spoons. Pretty sure this is not a split rim. We have like no slack to do this. Tire spoons are digging in. 1, 2, 3. One comes out and shuffles over. Alright, we broke the bead and that tire comes off. Actually not bad. It looked a lot worse than it was in reality. This should come off. So the reverse side of the bead is holding this on, okay? I'm just going to pry that off. Okay, that actually wasn't bad at all. Do an inspection of your tire at this point. The treads on this guy are pretty worn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this to the rear, and then I'm going to put a different tire that's in my shop with slightly better treads onto the front. and I'm going to throw the rear tire away. Actually, the rear tire should go on the front. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just throw this one away. We'll see. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But do an inspection of your tire. Okay? So yeah, so what I wanted to show in this video specifically is this. This is your rim, and this is your tubeless mechanism. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply torch this out with a like a lighter. Just make sure you wear a mask while you do this. You can also use a knife, but it takes a while. Actually, we're going to use a knife and a lighter. Okay guys, so I got this thing is coming off. It's the valve stem with the tubeless mechanism. I have this like blowtorch lighter. And we're just gonna get right in there with it, okay? Try not to inhale this crap. Just torching this thing out of here. It's a piece of junk. Take your pliers and try to cut it out as well. Don't burn your house down. Okay? It smells. Get it right in here from the front. There's no rhyme or reason or method to this. We just want this thing out of here. Okay, twist, cut, torch. Make sure you do this safely, of course. Grab a piece of metal or something. Just gonna get this out of here. Looking for my knife. Just torch the crap out of it. It'll come out. There we go. Okay. So now you can see the hole for the new tube to go in. Alright guys, and technically that's it for part one. Technically that's it for part one. We got the tube out, we identified it, and we got the tire off, and it actually wasn't that bad. It looks a lot worse than it is. The hardest part is balancing the scooter, finding a spot for it, and Make sure you're going in the left-wise direction of taking the tire off of the wheel. The tube that goes in here is again, it's a 90/65 6.5, and that's for a 100/65 6.5 tire. In part 2, we will put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So we'll see you in the next video.